it's not like I'm saying binging on Charley Crockett makes everybody want to move back to Texas or move to Texas. But maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I like Charley Crockett. His standards are really, really good. And his originals sound like really, really good standards. Yeah, you're right. None of that pop, puff, country crap you hear on Top 40 radio. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So, as you may well know, I started missing Texas over a week ago now. Not my first time to miss Texas. Texas is very special, very important to me. I don't know a state pride quite like the state pride of Texas. Being a Texan has a lot to do with the fact that our identity was and is independent. We have a lot of independent feelings, independent ways. We're very independent because we at one time were an independent country before we were a state. Yeah, so this isn't about history. This is about what I'm doing today and where I'm at today. You know where I'm at. I'm in a very, very hot kitchen because it's quite hot outside. It's in the mid-90s, but with high humidity. Not much relief inside. It was worse yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. So it's not the hottest day this week. It just was kind of ebbing out of it, right? So you want to know where I'm at? Looks like I'm packing, right? I'm pre-packing and I'm sorting through things today. I'm listening to Charley Crockett. But I must say, throughout all of this, I discovered Charley Crockett. I'd never heard a Charley Crockett song until recently when I started missing Texas something bad. It's no secret that I've not been happy in this area of lately. I'm not happy with the house I live in. We all know I'm not happy with that and what that involves. But we won't talk about that because I choose happiness. I got to go for it. I can't stay here. But I'm not happy with the area. I don't see a future here for me. Other people? Sure. Not me. Not me. It's becoming too overgrown. Oh, it's just going to keep growing. It's not that small town vibe that I like and that I want. It's not the country. It's not rural. It has like a thin hair of that lingering still. But everything is just changing, and in the future there's going to be even more concrete and just more and more stuff. And I see that it's going to have a detrimental effect on fishing and on my life and on working and everything. Going back to Texas, I will be much happier, I know, because I'll be in Texas. But all these other people are not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy that I'm going back to Texas because they're going to be like, oh, there's no big catfish. You're going to be bass fishing and sockeye fishing all the time. Texas sucks, or blah, 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 or this and that and the other. And I guarantee most of those people have not been to Texas, not even stepped one foot. Some of them have, but most of them haven't, because there's always just some misconceived, preconceived notion of Texas, this stereotypical thing. I mean, shoot. A lot of people, they just hear the sound of my voice, hear that Texas accent, and they just all of a sudden want to discount me and call me names and write me off as stupid, a stupid hick, a stupid hillbilly, redneck, this, that, and the other, and just forget about me, throw me in the dust, push me to the side. They don't want me. They don't want to respect me. They don't want to call me anything positive because I have this Texas accent. I don't always have it. I've been lots of places, so my accent changes over time. But it doesn't matter what my voice sounds like today, tomorrow, or yesterday. I am from Texas. It says so on my shoulder blades. Did you know that? The word Texas is tattooed on my back. On the back of my neck is my favorite Texas beer, though I don't drink anymore. Through and through, no matter what you want to think or want to say, I am a Texan. And when you've been away for a long time, I don't think this is true for every Texan, but it is for me. When you are ready to go back and you put out that call, you will find open arms. I have found open arms. It's usually this way. When I want to go back, when I'm going back to Texas, people open their arms. Even if you've never lived in Texas and you're moving to Texas, you'll find friendly people. And most of those people that are not friendly you find are going to be in a city, or they're not from Texas. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So let me carry on doing stuff in here till it just gets on my nerves too hot, and we'll try to get out and enjoy nature. But yeah, I got a tower of things over here. You want to see? Got some boxes from Bromart. They're all banana boxes. I got 5 of them. I don't like using banana boxes to move, but I'm pre-packing, and I'm using things such as this, storage totes and stuff like that, small. I have some bigger ones like these right here, but I'm limited. I don't have as many as I need because I have more crap. Oh, more crap. So this is what I usually do when I want to move, especially when I'm going to move 6.5 hours away. I don't want to take everything. I have the time to do this too, because I'm looking at like the end of September, the latest, 1 more month, right? Saving money. I'm not even sure how I'm going to get everything done and make everything meet. Getting there one way or another. There's all these options. Don't even have a place there yet. We're still looking. I got a friend, really, really good friend, jumped to it as soon as I asked. Yeah, you're right. So what I like to do when I'm going to make a move, especially if I have the time, I will take it as an opportunity to go through all the stuff and see, what do I need? And I'll make some decisions, and I will not allow myself to retain a bunch of junk. If it can go, I'll let it go. I don't like throwing things away, but luckily where I'm at, there's a free box real close by, so I can just fill these up with the junk I don't want and give them to the world, because there's a lot. The less stuff I have to move, the easier. The more room for dogs and cats, and if I have to rent a trailer or a vehicle, the smaller, the less I have to spend, right? Or if I don't have to rent and there's already the truck and a trailer, look at it this way. The smaller, the less weight, less gas, right? Things like that. And it's just easier. And we always collect stuff and we never use it. Or we get something, we use it a little bit, and then it just gets put to the side. Or like some people, I'm not as bad about this as other people, but something will break and I will, instead of throwing it away, I'll just put it down and time will go on, and then I'll come back and it's like, oh yeah, I should have thrown that away when it broke. It just, you get busy and like you start cutting these corners, and then all of a sudden your house is full of junk that needs to be dealt with. I think this tea has steeped long enough. I'm a little nervous, anxious, feeling stress. I'm waiting to hear back from the lady that runs the monkey farm, especially her. And there's other things. The word is out. We're just waiting to hear back from people, especially the lady. Supposed to be a real nice lady who has that monkey farm over there. Until then, time to get ready. I'd rather get a lot done ahead of time than have to do it at neck break speed. When we have to move at neck break speed, like get all this stuff packed up within a weekend, that's when we end up dragging all this useless stuff with us somewhere, even if it's the other side of town. And some people are like, why don't you just move to here or there, like somewhere closer? I don't want to live here. I can't afford this. The cost of living is coming up higher, and everything's going to get bricked in and fenced in, covered in concrete, and like there's going to be less. Plus, going to another place for me, for what I do for a living, gives me fresh content. You understand what I'm saying? Fresh content for both channels, all three channels, to be honest. Yeah. And it's quieter, it's cleaner. Right on the water is where we're trying to get. Yep. But we got to get there. There's a lot of work that has to be done. Waiting to see what the lady who runs the monkey farm says. Not only do I have the project of sorting through stuff and pre-packing some things, like I've got the studio broke down. I've got my bike here. It's a Zebra by Hemingway. I've got the back wheel off. Now I need to replace this rear hub motor. Let me get this out of here. These rear hubs. The rear hub and the battery is all the weight on these e-bikes. But you see this? Let's roll this over here into the light. That motor died on me. I put these bikes through hell, that's why. So I got a new one. But there's two tools that I need to go get. I don't have money for them right now, but later this week I will. I need a chain whip, and the adapter goes right in there where the shaft is to get this cassette off. Some people call that a sprocket, but it's a cassette, Shimano cassette. I gotta take that off and put it on the other. This is gonna be time consuming because I gotta take this tread off, the tube out, and then the liner that's in here, and unscrew each spoke. I mean, I could go find someone to do it for me, but you know they're gonna charge a lot. And the biggest reason why I don't want to pay someone else to do it, I'll show you. I've showed this before. This is my brand new motor with shipping and everything from Hemingway. This cost just a couple bucks over $300. I fear that somebody around here might want over $100 to put it on for me. That's like, shoot, it starts coming out to be half the price of a decent e-bike, or dang near. Right? Here's my brake. Besides the adapter and the chain whip is to hold the cassette in place as you put the adapter in and loosen it so you can take it off. The only tools I'm missing besides those two is, you could consider this a tool because I do, is a truing horse. It's kind of like a work stand to put the wheel in. So when you get you can use it as a work stand when you're taking the spokes off, but then where it really comes in and helps you out, and this is why we call it a truing horse, is when you're putting the spokes back on, when you're putting the motor back in and you put it all back together, because when you need that truing horse to keep the rim straight as you tighten each spoke as you go. Otherwise it's going to be warpy, like potato chip, like a potato chip. I don't have a truant horse. I would try to do it by eye. And a regular truant horse for like a 10-speed or something that I'm used to, I think it's just way too small. You have to get a truant horse that's for like a dirt bike, or motorcycle, or e-bike. Yeah, but I think I can use the bike itself as a truant horse. I've seen people do it. This is my first time replacing a hub on a rim. I've been around a lot of friends that were doing it, and I watched and I asked questions, and I've watched a lot of videos. I'm pretty confident. One of the things I always stumble doing, that I don't like doing, it's always frustrating, is rebuilding the inside of a hub on like a regular bike. Oh jeez, replacing the bearings and stuff and rebuilding the hub. Oh jeez, you talk about cussing, losing my temper doing that. Break down and I go find my punk rock friend Eric. Please do this for me. He was a big time bike rider, messenger. Oh man, he had the patience. I did, but I think I have the patience to do this. One thing I don't have right now is the patience to stay in here. It is hot, so I'll go back in the other room. You like my new hat? Rig PFA. You know, I didn't know I had this hat. He gave this hat to me on the sly. He put it in a box, and I didn't know it was there. And I had the box, like a box of stuff he gave me. He said, here, this is for you. I didn't know this was in it. And I just have had the box sitting there. And I opened it this morning, and I was like, shoot, there's a brand new hat in there. Look what it says on it. It says all lime neon green back there. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah, you're right. So I just realized, given the time and everything and the heat, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out in this video. We might just stay in here. I want to go fishing, but might just have to wait for the sun to go down. It's going to be dark, and I might just go out and tinker around somewhere. Let me tell you something. The last few days, it's been extremely hot. In the last video, when I was on that bridge, that was a very hot day, and I'd been out for a while doing stuff before I started filming. And then I shot 2 videos, but made 3 out of that. I shot a video for the fishing channel, and then one for y'all. I was hoping for coyotes. We didn't get coyotes, but it was still pretty chill. And then I took the lo-fi recording off this camera on that bridge and made some kind of found sound ambient noise track for my weird music channel, M Hood's Boom, where I like to do stuff like that. But let me tell you, I barely made it. I was feeling the heat. But that's not really what I wanted to tell you. I'm not sitting here whining about, oh, I can't take the heat. It's not me. Yeah, it's affecting me. I don't like it. I want to tell you another thing before I tell you the one thing I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going back to Texas because it's cooler. Now, where I'm going, it's in the country. So it's not surrounded by concrete and whatnot, and it's either going to be across from some water or a couple minutes walk or whatever. What a lot of people don't understand about Texas is it's not like Florida. It's not like, because the property is waterfront property that is worth millions of dollars, you can find stuff on the waterfront right on a lake that is worth a lot, but you can find a lot that's not. There's a lot of stuff that's not worth anything on a lake or a couple minutes walk. It's right there on the lake, because back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, mostly the 80s, all these people, working class people in Texas, retiring, their big dream was to get out on the lake. So they were buying like quarter acres and smaller lots and putting track houses, double wides, mobile homes, and other things. You'll find a lot of small houses and communities like that. And time goes on, and those things go for rent or go on the market for sale, and nobody wants them, and nobody's buying them to tear them down and build something else. Some people do, but it's not really. There's so much of it, right out in the middle of nowhere. There's so much of that, and there's not enough desire for people to be out there, except for rich people looking for a weekend spot. You can go out there and find reasonably priced, if you're looking. I don't know if I lost footage there or what, but yeah, even sitting in here with the AC on, the camera overheated. It got super hot in there. That's why I brought it in here. And it's not hot in here, but it just kept getting hot in that inside there. And yeah, so I was trying to say that waterfront property in Texas is not always worth millions and millions of dollars. Even the property where they put like a lot of money into it, there you can find nice houses, and they can sit on the market forever before they sell, just because of where they're at. They're really far out there, and maybe people that are retiring, or people who want a weekend house want it, but it's not. There's a lot. Like, all these people went out there to do that back in the 80s, and they're aging out and passing away, and there's not a lot of people to fill, like or in some cases there's not a lot. So you can go out and find. So when you hear me say that I'm going to be on the waterfront, don't be coming at me like it's a pipe dream, like I'm crazy and I'll never be able to afford it. It's Texas. When it's in Texas, it's a different story. It's a different sound. It's in Texas. Texas is a different place. Yes, you can go to places in Texas where everything on the waterfront is worth millions of dollars, but you can go to places in Texas where it's not, because there's a lot of lakes. We don't call it the lake counties for no reason. Okay? It's East Texas, the lake counties, like Wood and others. We're talking around Lake Fork, all kinds of big lakes and small lakes. County lakes, they're absolutely all over the place. It's not like Minnesota, because it's hotter. So I'm not going there to escape the heat, because it gets hot there too. But it's not like I'm going to a place surrounded by concrete. The humidity's not always as bad as here. It's Texas. That's all you got to know. Yeah, I think if we do get out, that'll just be a separate thing. I think we're going to wrap it up here, because what I was trying to tell you, this heat is tough on me, yes. But what I want to say is, man, it's been so tough on my dogs. They're not themselves right now. They have not been enjoying the past few days. So yeah, I'm keeping this AC on full blast and trying to keep the door shut. And I think I'm just going to hang out with them. They haven't wanted to do much today. They're waiting for the sun to go down, and then we're going to get a big walk in. You know, I spend a lot of time with my dogs and my cats because they appreciate that. But they're not appreciating this heat. Even the cats aren't digging it. It's hot and humid. Yep. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get some Charley Crockett cranking in here a bit. Maybe some Luke Bell, some other ones. Some old Doug Psalm, some old Tex-Mex music. And I'm going to chill with my dogs in front of this AC. Yeah, you're right. Good stuff to come. You got to deal with stress and stuff and worry about money, but try not to worry too much. Just got to work. Once we get there, got to keep working. Work. And, you know, and there's all these questions you have to have clear answers for, like how, who, when, where. But like I said, Texas has open arms. It's gonna get done. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel. And yeah, you right. I'll see y'all later.